Y'all, man, oh yeah, yeah. That was the most emotional draining game since probably the national championship in 2016. And I know the stakes were bigger there, but it just might have been more emotionally draining overall. Just looked like we were going to roll. And then Hartman and Wake Forest picked on our, I told y'all, as Clemson fans know, a lot of our secondary was not playing today. And Wiggins and the other boys got absolutely bullied all game. That felt like the friggin' West Virginia game or something like that. I mean, we got bullied. Hartman absolutely lit us up. Respect to Hartman. We knew coming into the year he was probably the best quarterback in the ACC. But DJ, obviously we know Wake had some injuries and their defense is not good. But would DJ have done that against anybody last year? No. DJ looked phenomenal. The throws he were making looked like the throws that he made in high school that made him the number one quarterback in the country. So I'm not nervous at all about DJ. The defense, I'm not worried about offense at all for the rest of the year. I mean, anything can happen. We still got to make some more plays. There were still mistakes, field goals that should have been touchdowns, all that good stuff. But I'm not worried about the offense. I'm worried about the defense. I'm not worried about the defensive line. I'm just worried about the secondary. That's what kept Wake Forest in the game. That's what got all the yards. But y'all, I'll take it. I mean, I'll take it. I felt when we couldn't stop them at all, when we couldn't stop that Wake Forest offense, when they were just getting, we were having to pretty much tackle the receivers, and Wake Forest has elite receivers, but we were having to tackle them. I mean, there was not even a shot. He could have thrown a touchdown. If it wasn't for pass interference, Hartman would have had a touchdown almost every throw. So it felt like in the second half, especially when Wake Forest kept going back up. Clemson obviously kept responding, but it just felt like, especially late, that we were going to fall, especially when they scored first in overtime. But the heart of this team, man, they fought. I'm just grateful to get the win. I'm just grateful to get the win today. We're 4-0. We beat a ranked team on the road. Again, I know Wake Forest is not a top 10 team or anything like that, but just look, Clemson, if we fix the secondary, is a top 5 team. If we cannot fix the secondary, obviously elite teams are going to run away with, they're going to score at will, as Wake Forest did today. So I trust that Dabo is going to have things fixed. I hope we don't have Venables anymore. Level SE's no Venables. And honestly, the decision by Wake late to just simply run the ball, really, it was good and bad. I think Wake possibly could have won had they just kept throwing it deep, but they chose to try running. Obviously, Clemson had to get a lot of help in the secondary, pull the safeties and linebackers back to help in the passing game. So there was a lot more running room for Wake. I know Wake fans will probably question that, but man, just so grateful to be undefeated. We should have a possibly top 10, at least at the worst, a top 12 matchup in the Valley next week. Probably will be game day. Another revenge game. We just beat the defending Atlantic champions. Now we got to go beat the team that beat us last year and pretty much eliminated any playoff hopes. So I'm proud of the boys. I'm proud of the team. Massively frustrating game. Obviously, Clemson didn't look like a top 5 team today, and we know that. But like I said, there's really just one spot to fix, and that spot's major. I'm not going to say it's not major, but we can get that fixed. This offense, to not be nervous about the offense anymore, it's a great feeling, but to have a defensive performance like that, it's like tomato, problem. But we'll see. We play kind of the opposite situation next week. NC State has a good but not great offense and a very good defense. So good news is it'll be at home, probably a night game. It is probably going to be tropical storm conditions. We might have a Notre Dame 2015 type of atmosphere, but obviously we'll be loud. I'll be there. I'll try to get a lot of footage of the game for you guys and, the new entrants and all that kind of stuff. But y'all, just be grateful to be 4-0 today. That was one of the crazier games, very Big 12 like. And if Clemson does finish the season in the top 5 and does make the playoff, games like this happen to everybody. We saw Bama struggle heavily against Auburn and Texas this year. Georgia didn't even look good today. Not that they're not still the best team in the country, but man, we escaped. So we'll see what next week has to offer. We'll have a good old hate week with the Wolfpack. Just win. Just beat the pack. Just like we did the Deacs. Go Tigers.